thanks for joining. This class is going to be especially focused on hip mobility for athletes, including all my friends who are in martial arts and other combat sports. Let's begin lying on our backs. Just lie down here for a moment and make yourself comfortable. Start to draw your awareness inward. Really notice how it feels to be in your body today at this time. All right, now keep relaxing your jaw, but lightly engage your throat like you're narrowing a valve, which will help you to lengthen the breath. And something like a 5-second exhale, 5-second inhale would be great. Breathing through your nose, but hearing the breath now move in and out of your throat. Okay, now keep breathing this way, but begin to charge up your legs so it feels like you're standing in mountain pose even though you're on your back. And bring your arms down by your sides with your palms facing down. We'll begin with some simple movements. And as you inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. As you do that, point your toes so you feel the arches of your feet engage. Keep inhaling until the backs of your hands are on the floor behind you. And then as you exhale, slowly bring your arms down and press into your heels. Keep exhaling until your palms are on the floor just outside your hips again, and then repeat. Inhale, arms up and overhead, point your toes. Keep inhaling until the backs of your hands are on the floor, and then as you exhale, arms down, press into your heels, and keep exhaling until your palms are on the floor. Let's do that 5 or 6 more times. So now you're linking each movement to one breath, but you're stretching the breath so it lasts a little bit longer than the movement does. And just like the breath has a smoothness to it, though, make sure the movements have a smoothness as well. Avoid any quick, choppy movements. In fact, see if you can make them a little more fluid every repetition. There you go. All right, great. And this next exhale, draw your knees in toward your chest and make a circular motion with them so you massage your lower back on the floor a bit. And then go in the other direction. Okay, now use your hands to draw just your right knee in toward your chest and extend your left leg back to the floor. And then just begin to mobilize your right ankle a bit, make a circular motion with your right foot and toes. And then reverse it, go the other direction. Now let's address those hamstrings. So actually hold the back of your right thigh like you're holding your hamstrings. And as you exhale, pull your thigh in so you feel it compress the right side of your abdomen. And now as you inhale, press your right heel up so your right leg ends up vertical-ish and open the back of your right knee. And then repeat. As you exhale, bend your knee and pull your thigh in. And as you inhale, press your right heel up and open the back of your right knee just a little bit more. And try that maybe 4 or 5 more times. Every repetition, opening the back of your right knee just a little bit more from the strength of your right quadriceps. All right, now this time keep your right leg up and imagine you're standing on the ceiling with the sole of your right foot. Once your leg is set there, then don't use your hands anymore. But keep standing on the ceiling and keep breathing. All right, now let your right knee bend again so you can make a big circular motion with your right leg. Keep the rest of your body really still. Let's isolate your right hip joint so you can get through this big circular range of motion. There we go. Some popping may occur. Great, then reverse and go the other direction. Okay, let's change sides. Bring your right leg down, draw your left knee and hold your left shin at first here so you can make that circular motion with your left foot and mobilize this ankle. And go the other direction. Okay, hold the back of your left thigh. And like the first side, exhalations pull your left thigh in so you feel compress the left side of your abdomen. Inhalations press your left heel up and open the back of your left knee. And like the first side, every repetition, see if you can open the back of that left knee just a little bit more. Once it feels good, go on both sides an equal number of times. Keep your left leg up and imagine you're standing on the ceiling with the sole of your left foot. And then don't use your hands anymore. But keep breathing slowly and smoothly through your nose. Okay, then allow your left knee to bend so you can make that big circular motion with your left leg now. And reverse it, go the other direction. Great. Now bring both legs up and press both feet toward the ceiling. And from here now, keep your legs up, bring your hands between your knees with your thumbs pointing down. Hands between your knees, thumbs pointing down. And as you inhale now, open your legs out, so press your feet away from each other. Just kind of follow along with your hands. But then when you exhale, give a little resistance with your hands as you squeeze your knees back together. And repeat, as you inhale, open your legs maybe a little bit wider this time. When you exhale, give a little resistance with your hands as you squeeze your knees back together. Let's try that maybe 5 more times. As the inner thighs continue to warm up and our hips continue to warm up, maybe have your feet a little bit wider, as I mentioned every time. This time as you open your feet away from each other, stay there. Keep actively pressing your feet away from each other. Take a few more slow, smooth breaths. Okay, good. Draw your knees back into your chest. Just a couple more in the supine position here. Do a little dynamic bridging next. So from here, keep your knees back and bring the soles of your feet to the floor about hip width and parallel. As you inhale, press your feet down, tighten your glutes, lift your hips and lift your arms. Like earlier, keep inhaling until the backs of your hands are on the floor. Hips nice and high though. And then as you exhale, slowly lower your hips and arms. And repeat, inhale, hips up, tighten your glutes, lift your arms. And exhale, you slowly lower your hips and arms. Let's do that 5 more times. Inhale up, exhale down, really mindful of each vertebra articulating into the next. Now this exhale, just bring your arms down, but keep your hips up. So press your palms down. Of course, keep pressing your feet down and press your big toes down. Take a few slow, smooth breaths here. Alright, lower your hips. Last one in the supine position for now. We'll do some windshield wipers. So now bring your arms out like a T and have your feet relatively wide. That's like the width of your mat, assuming you're on a mat. And now as you exhale, drop your knees to the left, turn your head to the right, and turn your right palm down. Now when you inhale, bring your knees back up. Look up and turn both palms up. This exhale, drop your knees to the right, turn your head to the left, and turn your left palm down. And continue. Whenever you inhale, your knees are up, you look up, and your palms face up. When you exhale, drop your knees to one side, turn your head to the other side. Whatever hand you can see, turn that palm down. So we get some rotation in our hips, spine, and shoulders all at the same time. Now the next time you drop your knees to the left, keep them there. If it feels good, you can bring your left ankle on top of your right thigh. So your right thigh's got a deep internal rotation. If you do that and it hurts one of your joints, obviously skip that part. Great, then change sides. Unwind, draw your knees into your chest. Now, let's begin to rock a little front and back to massage the muscles along your spine. Alright, let's rock up to seated and just cross your ankles and step back to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high, press your chest toward your toes, relax your neck. Take a few breaths here. Right now, step your right foot forward to the outside of your right hand, so runner's lunge. Once it's there, make some circles with your hips. Some circle motion, make some small circles, make some big circles. And reverse it, go the other direction. Alright, now from here, bring your left knee down. We're going to imagine this our right shin is a windshield wiper. So as you exhale, drop your right knee off to the side and you'll roll to the outer edge of your right foot. And then when you inhale, bring your knee back up. Just move your right shin like it's a windshield wiper. As we do these movements though, avoid shifting your hips to the right. So try to keep your hips centered, but move your shin so you rotate your thigh within the hip socket. Alright, good. Then let's step back to down dog so we can change sides. Now, when you're ready, step your left foot forward to the outside of your left hand. And then make some hip circles on this side. Other direction. your right knee down. Now imagine your left shin is that windshield wiper, opening and closing. At the first side, try to keep your hips still. Those move your thigh, rotate your thigh within the hip socket to make that movement happen. Okay, now from here we're going to make a little transition. So come back into that runner's lunge, but turn your right heel down. We're just going to pivot to the right. So we come into the wide footed pose, almost like a little bit of a side split. Have your feet parallel, nice and wide. And first though, lift your torso. It feels like your spine's parallel to the floor. Keep a loud length between your sternum and navel, so it feels like your back is flat. Okay, then as you exhale out, bend your right knee. Sink into a side lunge. You might need to readjust your feet a little bit here. But as you bend your right knee, and you can walk your hands over toward this right foot as well, just make sure your right knee is moving in the same direction your right toes are pointing. And you want to avoid collapsing to your inner right arch. Use your elbow if you want to press into your right shin, so your right knee moves further to the right than any other part of your body. Now your left foot over there, you can keep your left foot down. It feels good if you lift the ball of your left foot off the floor. Either way is good. Okay, then change sides. So walk your hands over towards your left foot now. You might want to readjust where your foot is and make sure as your left knee is bending, it's moving the same direction your left toes are pointing, and you avoid collapsing to the inner left arch. And that left knee moving further to the left than any other part of your body. Okay, let's begin to do this a little more dynamically. So as you inhale, come back to the center. As you exhale, bend your right knee, sinking to that side. Inhale back to the center. As exhale, bend your left knee. So keep moving side to side this way on the breath. Have a little less weight on your hands every time though. So eventually you might not need your hands on the floor to do these movements and find this end range of motion. The whole time, keep an eye on the knee that's bending and that side foot as well, corresponding foot and toes. So you got the alignment I mentioned earlier. There you go. All right, now once you've gone to both sides in equal number of times, come back to the center and maybe fold forward a little bit deeper. Okay, now let's just pivot to face the front of your mat again and step back into plank pose. In plank though, cross your ankles and squeeze your thighs together. Squeeze your thighs together. Look forward a little bit in front of your mat. Take a few breaths here. And now change the cross of your ankles. Keep squeezing your thighs, keep breathing. All right, uncross your ankles. Let's lower all the way to the floor. Let's take a moment to relax in crocodile pose. And if you've lost the long, smooth quality to your breath, bring that back now. All right, let's come in this sphinx pose next. So you're on your forearms now, elbows directly under your shoulders. And grip with your hands and see if you can pull your rib cage forward away from your hips so you make a little more length in your waist. Now keep your hips down, but bend your knees and make a circular motion with your feet and shins so you rotate your thighs again. And reverse it, go the other direction. Great. Bring your feet back to the floor. Now feel free to stay here in Sphinx a little bit longer, or if you like, curl up into a bigger cobra, or if you like, all the way into upward facing dog. Any one of those three are good. Just make sure you're lifting your navel, broadening your collarbone area. Take a few more slow, smooth breaths here. And one more time back into downward facing dog. Notice I'm in down dog, maybe press your thighs back a little bit further. Okay, good. Come back down there, come down on all fours, cross your ankles, have a seat. And from the way you sit all the way down, drop your knees to the right. Now, in a moment, we're gonna do the 90-90 position, but first, we'll do something a little bit different. We'll do these things they call shinbox lifts. So from here, instead of having a 90-degree angle, have like a 0-degree angle between your calf and thigh. And if you're on a mat, you might want to position yourself so your knees stay on the mat. Now we're just gonna practice lifting up and going back down. Preferably with your hands off the floor. You can lean forward though a little bit to lift up, and then come back down. Now if you can't do this with your hands off the floor, use your hands just a little bit for the takeoff and landing. Let's see if you can use them a little bit less every time. We're gonna go for a minute on each side. Inhale up, exhale down, land softly. One more time for good measure. All right, good. Once you sit down, change sides. And again, move up and down on the breath. And this side might feel different than the first, so you might need to use your hands a little bit. On this side, just use them a little bit less every time though. Few more. This is when the burning starts, for me anyway. All right, nice. Now go back to the first side. So drop your knees to the right, but this time set up 90-degree angles in both knees and your thighs. And then do a little twist. You bring your hands to the floor outside your right thigh. Maybe smooth out your breath a little bit more while you're here. It feels better for these last few breaths. You can always bring your forearms to the floor. If you bring your forearms down low and it hurts, of course you can skip this part. Great. Then unwind and change sides. And your neck to the left. Start with your hands on the floor outside your left thigh. Set them here first. And then it feels good, maybe lower down to your forearms. And unwind. And bring the soles of your feet together. Into bound angle, sometimes called butterfly pose. Sit up nice and tall for a few breaths first. And then begin to lean forward over your feet. Alright, good. Now lift up and come into any comfortable seated posture. Just for the last 2 minutes, come into any comfortable seated posture. Once you're sitting nice and tall with the crown of your head directly over the base of your spine, close your eyes. At this point, don't worry about shaping or controlling your breath. Just allow yourself to breathe freely. And bring the tip of your tongue to touch the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. At the tip of your tongue, touch the gum line where the roof of your mouth and your front teeth meet. And then focus all of your attention on a sensation that breath is creating as it's rising and falling through both nostrils. Without controlling it or shaping it, now simply observe the sensation it's creating as it's rising and falling through both nostrils. If your mind begins to wander, that's okay. But if you notice it wandering, bring it back to watching the flow of the breath rise and fall through both nostrils. All right, now bring your palms together. Take one last moment to enjoy the peace you've created through the practice. Start to rub your palms together, create a little heat in your hands. Once you build some heat, rest your hands over your eyes, feel it moving in, recharging your senses, and take one last slow, smooth breath in here. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed class. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I hope I get to see you again soon.